Jay-Z and Charlemagne the God did what? You might want to grab a chair for this one, because the rumors swirling around Roc Nation are about to make your jaw drop. For months, fans have been whispering about how pop icon Nicki Minaj might be the next target in a secret industry operation to silence powerful voices and take control of their fortunes. And now, after a wild series of leaks, deleted posts, and shocking claims, it looks like there might actually be more to the story than anyone realized. Stay tuned, because what I'm about to tell you might completely change how you see the entertainment world.
I would like them, all of them, to acknowledge him. Even if they win an award, acknowledge him because he gave you the stomping ground.
Mm-hmm. Most people don't know Nicki Minaj came out of that camp. French Montana came out of that
all
camp.
of
Most
them.
people don't know half those people. We know, but most people don't know that.
Migos, Thug.
Migos, Thug, like most people
Because
don't
they
know.
don't say it.
It all started with what seemed like an innocent interview. Rapper Gucci Mane and his wife Keishia Kawar were guests on The Morning Crew, hosted by none other than DJ Envy and Charlemagne the God. The conversation was supposed to be about family life, but Keishia started talking about how she keeps Gucci Mane grounded whenever he has what she called episodes. She explained that whenever Gucci Mane starts spiraling, she locks away his phone and keeps him off social media so he doesn't say something that could ruin his career.
For you, what was it like? I mean, because we're talking about Kim, what was it like just trying to protect the business that you guys have built while
I have a
he's
system.
personally?
I take his apps off his phone. First thing I do, I delete Instagram. I delete everything. Even if I got to change his password, I'm changing it because I don't need the public to know he's having an episode. You realize you'd never know about any other episodes since September 13th because I control that. Because you're not going on Instagram, you're not going on Twitter, it's deleted. You know, and I just control everything at home. And now before the episodes come, I catch it. So that's why he hasn't had another one. And how you catch that is he doesn't speak to you. He wants to be left alone. He don't eat. He does not sleep. Text messages, there's a period after each word. And I'm like, you're going through an episode. You're sick. No, I'm not. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Why do you think that? You're not speaking to me. Well, there's nothing to talk about. I said, well, that's not how you speak to your wife.
The moment was lighthearted until DJ Envy decided to stir the pot. Without warning, he brought up Nicki Minaj. She's one of the artists Gucci Mane put on, he said, but never gave him credit. Now, fans who know the history immediately caught that this was a lie. Nicki has credited Gucci Mane plenty of times, but it was too late. The seed had been planted and the clip went viral. By the next morning, Nicki had logged on, and what she said next broke the internet.
Few people out, so I'm just gonna name them really quick. will.i.am, Fergie, Taylor Swift, who had a huge part in the success of Super Bass. Elton John recently, but you know he's an icon. Christina Aguilera, Ciara, Alicia Keys, Mary J. Blige, Keisha Cole, Gucci Mane.
In a series of late-night posts, Nicki dragged everyone involved, calling out Keishia, Charlemagne the God, and even Jay-Z himself. She accused Roc Nation of manipulating narratives and hinted that there was a much darker agenda at play. According to Nicki, Roc Nation wasn't just meddling in artists' careers. She claimed they were the ones secretly pulling strings behind the scenes to place TV host Wendy Williams under a conservatorship, and that she might be next. Her exact words? They want to make me look unhinged so they can control me, just like they did Wendy, but I'm not the one. At first, fans thought she was just venting, but then the dots started connecting. Nicki alleged that Roc Nation had been planting stories about her being unstable. Stories about her being erratic, hooked on substances, or losing it. The idea was simple, but sinister. Make the public believe she was in decline so that if they ever tried to place her under legal guardianship, no one would question it. She reminded her followers of what happened to other stars who were labeled crazy before suddenly losing control of their assets. Fans started drawing comparisons to real-world cases, and the hashtag #ProtectNickiMinaj began trending. But just as things were heating up, another player entered the story and dropped the biggest bombshell yet. Online commentator Tasha K, who's become infamous for spilling exclusive industry tea, jumped in to defend Nicki. But her defense wasn't just support, it was an expose. According to Tasha, Roc Nation's alleged plan was being blocked by one person, Kenneth Neth Petty, Nicki's husband. She explained that as long as Nicki stayed married, Kenneth automatically had legal control over her finances if she were ever placed under guardianship. That meant Roc Nation couldn't touch her money, unless they could discredit him too. Tasha's claim sent shockwaves through social media. If they can't control Nicki directly, she said, they'll destroy her marriage to make her vulnerable. And then she explained exactly how they might be doing it.
This is not something that is like a conspiracy theory. This actually happens. But if they're able to separate Nicki and Kenny, that makes Nicki vulnerable because your husband is your power of attorney. Your husband is your signator on all of your accounts in the event anything goes wrong. Michael wasn't married. Britney Spears was married, but of course they control all of that. And so the mere fact that all these narratives are out about Kenny stealing this to buy chains and buy that, that's not what it is. It's like, you know, they got doctors that are giving out these diagnoses saying that she's schizophrenic and bipolar and all of this stuff. And then Kenny's now here. You know, she trusts Kenny. Of course, they've known each other since they were kids. Their families know each other. And so Kenny is just in the way. And so what do? You create narratives to try to separate, because if you separate, then you can divide and conquer. And so that's what it's about. You know, she's going into her latter years and, you know, there's a lot of money on the line and she's worth a lot, but Kenny is in the way. And so, yeah, I mean, look at what they're doing to Wendy Williams. Had Wendy would have still been with Kelvin, they wouldn't have been able to put her under a conservatorship because she has a husband. So, you know, and like I said, there was only one that was accused of stealing. We're going to leave it at that. Okay?
Just days after Tasha's claims, news broke that thousands of dollars had mysteriously vanished from Nicki's credit card. Rumors started flying that Kenneth was the one behind it, supposedly stealing money to buy jewelry and clothes. But Tasha wasn't buying it. She said Nicki's former assistant Kadia had stolen her login info and passed it to Ra Ali, a former friend turned rival. Ra, she claimed, had used the stolen info to drain Nicki's accounts, all while leaking stories to blogs that Kenneth was the real thief. Meanwhile, Nicki's enemies were fanning the flames. Pop rival Cardi B posted cryptic tweets implying that Nicki's husband was keeping her sedated while running up her cards. The drama hit every gossip page in the country. But if Tasha was right, it wasn't chaos by accident. It was a coordinated effort to make Nicki look unstable and isolate her completely.
So earlier today, I talked about Nicki Minaj and all those fraudulent charges on her American Express card. Well, now all these old tweets from Cardi B are coming up. And by old tweets, I mean tweets from 2 weeks ago. But when she was beefing with Nicki on Twitter and they were talking about each other's kids, this one tweet kind of foreshadowed what's happening right now. So let's take a look. Quiet as kept, the truth is you've been diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar for almost 9 years, and you also on heavy drugs, cocaine, perks, and Xanax. You don't listen to nobody around you. The only person that have the power is Kenneth Petty, but you know what happens with that Amex when you sedated. This is Cardi implying that Kenny, Nicki Minaj's husband, is the one running up her credit card bills. And because my timeline is so messy, this tweet came up right after that one. Kenneth Petty sneaking back in after crushing up a third Benadryl in her tacos, and it's Tom with a Hello Kitty Visa credit card just sneaking back in. Yeah, that was kind of funny. But again, people are saying that it was her ex-stylist who was using her credit card, so we'll find out.
By this point, fans didn't know who to believe. On one side, people said Nicki was losing it. On the other, fans claimed she was exposing one of the biggest industry cover-ups ever. Memes, theories, and voice notes started flooding every corner of the internet. Hashtags like hashtag Free Wendy, hashtag Protect Nicki, and hashtag Roc Nation, exposed, started trending together, painting a picture of a music empire allegedly trying to silence strong female artists. One viral comment read, "This happens every time an artist gets too powerful. They call you crazy, isolate you, and then take everything." But Nicki wasn't done fighting. In fact, she was just getting started. A few days later, Nicki returned online and dropped a post that sent chills through her fan base. She uploaded a bizarre AI-generated video of Jay-Z rummaging through a closet full of awards and captioned it, "I am your karma." Her account was banned within hours, but she wasn't fazed. She simply moved to another platform and posted anniversary photos with Kenneth, captioned, "We're locked in for life." fans saw it as a statement, not just of love, but of rebellion. A message that said, you can't separate us, no matter what narrative you spin. Now, whether you believe Nicki Minaj is exposing a real industry operation or just spiraling under pressure, one thing's certain. This story has cracked open a conversation the entertainment world isn't ready for. We've seen stars rise, fall, and vanish under mysterious management deals. We've seen celebrities called crazy right before losing their rights or their fortunes. Maybe Nicki's wrong. Or maybe she's the only one brave enough to say it out loud. Either way, this drama has already changed how fans see the powerful figures running the industry. And if even half of what's been claimed is true, we might be witnessing one of the biggest celebrity power struggles of the decade. So tell me, do you think Nicki Minaj is exposing the truth? Or is this all just another round of Hollywood mind games? Drop your thoughts below, keep it respectful, and if you love a deep dive into celebrity drama, hit that like, tap subscribe, and don't forget to watch the next video. Because what comes after this might just change how you see the entire entertainment world.